Hello racing fans, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about Lance Stroll today. I read some news about F1 that said Aston Martin is planning to keep Stroll even when Honda joins the team in 2026. Now, I don't know what exactly he is doing behind the scenes, like in the simulators or whatever, but for the feedback to be truly valuable, it got to come from a place of, well, getting results, right? Maybe his technical feedback is top notch, I don't know. Stroll has been racing in F1 for 8 years, and to be honest, he hasn't shot to the top. He had a few good races, but 8 years is a really long time in F1. And he hasn't been performing, well, consistently. It's hard to remember for the good times when there are so many. The truth is, if his dad didn't own the team or invest a lot of money in it, Stroll probably would have been fired from the team a long time ago. Do you think it would be any different without his dad involvement, guys? What do you think? Please tell me in the comments. It's surprising that the team and some fans still defend his not so great performance. It's like they forget all the regular races and only remember the few good ones from before. Let's take a closer look at Stroll's career. He started in 2017 with Felipe Massa at Williams, which has a mid-level team because they had a strong Mercedes engine. They finished 5th in the Constructors' Championship, the same as the year before. Stroll ended the season in 12th place with 40 points, just a bit less than his teammate Massa. He got 3rd place finish in Baku and few other races where he scored points, but he also didn't finish 5 races. In 2019, he raced with Sergei Sirotkin and did better, with 6.1, finishing in the points twice and not finishing 3 times. Williams had a tough season and their car wasn't performing well that year. They ended up in 10th place, just ahead of the team that used to be Force India and became Racing Point in the middle of the season. Stroll was 18th and his teammate was 20th in the championship. In 2019, after his dad bought the team, Stroll moved to Racing Point and raced with Sergio Perez as a teammate, who scored 52 points to Stroll only 21 points. Stroll got 4th place in a crazy race in Hockenheim, the best result for the team that year. But overall, Perez did much better than him, finishing 10th in championship to Stroll 15th place in the championship. The team was 7th in the Construction Championship. In 2020 season, Racing Point showed up with the first race with a car that looked a lot like the Mercedes that won the championship the year before. And Stroll had his best season, scoring 75 points. He was still racing with Perez and got to the top spot in qualifying in the rain in Turkey. He finished 9th in that race. He also got 2 podiums and a few other races where he scored points. Perez did even better, getting 2 podiums, including 1 in Sakir, and scored way more points than the Stroll. Stroll was 11th in the championship in a car that could win races with 75 points. Perez was 4th in the championship with 125 points, doing the best of the rest of the drivers. In 2021, the team changed its name to Aston Martin, and Perez went to Red Bull. Then Sebastian Vettel, who has won 4 championships, joined the team. This might have been Stroll's best season in terms of racing because of his highly skilled teammate. Stroll didn't get as many points as Vettel, scoring 35 to Vettel's 43. Vettel did really well, a got podium in Baku and another in Hungary, but he was disqualified from the Hungary race because of a few issues. Stroll wasn't great in the qualifying rounds, but he was pretty good starting from the back and moving up during the race, especially when he used the hard tires. Aston Martin didn't finish 3 races, which put them in 7th place for the team standings. In 2022, Stroll and Vettel were both with Aston Martin again. Stroll didn't do as well as Vettel, scoring 18 points to Vettel 37. Even though the car wasn't great, Stroll still had a few races when he scored points and finished just outside. They ended up in 7th place again for the team standings, and Vettel retired at the end of the season. Stroll didn't finish 3 races that year. In 2023, Fernando Alonso joined the team. He is a 2-time world champion and was 42 years old back then. This year was tough for Stroll compared to Alonso. Aston Martin had the 2nd best car, but Alonso was the only one who could keep with Max Verstappen. Alonso got 6 podiums in the first 8 races, while Stroll only had 1 finish in 4th place and few times where he barely scored points. even though the car was good enough to compete with McLaren, Mercedes and Ferrari. Stroll ended with 74 points, one less than his best year in 2020, but with a better car. Alonso scored 206 points and got 8 points. Aston Martin finished in 5th place for the team standings, behind other teams that improved more in the second half of the season. If Stroll had done as well as Alonso at the beginning of the season, they might have been able to get 2nd to 3rd place in the championship. Stroll didn't finish 4 races that year. There were only a couple of races into 2024 season, and Stroll has scored points in 2 races and crashed in 1. It's too soon to say how the season will go until it's finished. So, in his career, Stroll has made 268 points in 8 years, while his teammates have made 507 points. Stroll's record against his teammates is 1-7, with only winning against Sirotkin in 2018. He raced 149 Grand Prix and didn't finish 26 of them because of crashes and other problems. That means 70% of his races ended without finishing. That's a lot. Overall, his career hasn't been great. He's mainly in F1 because he pays to be there. He's not really helping the team much. Even though he won in Formula 3, it doesn't really count here. Lots of drivers who did well in Formula 3, Formula 2 haven't been made it in F1. He's in F1 because his dad owned the teams. It might sound mean, but when the team and the media says he's important to F1, you have to look at the facts, and they show he is not. The numbers show the truth. Stroll has a good car except in 2019. His teammates have done well, so there is no excuse for him. If one car is fighting for the top spots and you are not going well, then your advice about the car isn't that valuable. To be clear, Lance, you're not going to be an F1 champion. Everyone, please let me know what do you think about Lance Stroll in the comments. Thank you for your support, guys, and hope you liked the video. See you next time and take care. Bye bye.